Hey y'all, I'm Scrub, and welcome to Season 2 of Quasimorph. This is a little bit unexpected. They actually dropped a new beta this morning, and it unlocks Saturn. So I said we were going to start Season 2 when we got the new planet, so the new season starts now, damn it. It's going to make the last season end on a little bit of a cliffhanger. We were just about to do some story missions, but that's fine. Story missions will still be here. There's a bunch of new stuff coming in with this, including Saturn and its 4 moons, and the new travel department, which it is a travel department, but it doesn't mean we're going faster. We'll get into that once we get into the game. On top of that, there's a couple other little changes alongside this, including a rework of the economy as a whole. I did actually hop into this save file real quick just to see what would stick around and what wouldn't. Interestingly enough, the moons of Saturn were accessible, but not Saturn itself. So yeah, we're just gonna start fresh, no problem. Goodbye, save slot 2, you will be missed. And now we'll go to the top save slot because we like to cycle things. And we're gonna do something a little bit different on this run. We're sticking on normal. That's gonna be fine. However, there are a couple new things, namely over here in the sandbox, and this is one I've really been debating. Mission failure after an operator's death or an evacuation. If we leave these on, scouting runs aren't going to be a thing. You either win or you lose. I'm going to do something a little bit different with this because I think I do like the idea of being able to evacuate stuff and then going back to retry. However, yeah, I think failure on death, that's going to make things a little bit more interesting because that means if we go on a defense and we lose, we just fail that mission. If we go on a conquest and we die, we just don't get that station. And I think there is a little bit of a benefit to this, is it's gonna make mission cycling happen more frequently. So if we know a mission sucks, worst case scenario, we could literally send in just a random operator and fail intentionally and then unlock a station instead of having to wait 30 days for it to get unsieged or whatever if we need access to it. So yeah, this will make things a little bit tense, but I think long term it'll be worth it. And one other thing I did want to do, we're going to do a random starting location, we're going to do random operators, and we're going to do random classes. I did try random starting equipment and it was real sketchy. I think we had some prison clothes, all melee weapons, and a sex bot. We didn't have any meds or anything to start off, so that one could be pretty rough. I don't think we need to go for that. And just because I have no idea where we're going to land, I am going to do easier starting missions. I'm pretty sure we left this on last time and we still had some pretty rough missions anyway, so I think that's fine. And the random starting classes, I am a little bit sketched out by, because when I did my test startup just to see how well it works, I ended up with Spaceborne Ghost, which seems like a really good starting class. And I also started off with Golem Group, which seems like a very bad starting class. And the operators are all good in their own way, so I'm not as worried about that part. We could roll some real stinkers for the classes, or stuff that, you know, is good, but not until you have equipment. And given it's the start of the game, we don't have good equipment, so yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. Besides that, everything can stay standard, so let's see what the new solar system has in store for us. And we know how this goes. We accidentally woke up Test Gland, whoopsie-doo, it's fine. And we are over on Io, around Jupiter. Well, good news. We're only 213 days from Saturn. Before we get too far into it, let's see what we get. Nico Medic, pistol accuracy to start off. Honestly, not the worst. Enzi Yukio out of the gate, that's a pretty good pull. Percy as a first pull, that's really lucky. Rhea Marlin, who has extra item capacity, so I think she can stack more per slot. Honestly, not bad. Okay, this is gonna be scary. Okay, Spaceborne Ghost Nico right away, that's a really good pull. What is Cobra? Dropping HP below 20%, you get 2 extra AP. Oh, that's a real sketchy one. Cobra Throw. Killing with a thrown weapon activates the trigger. Dismantler. Each wound inflicted activates the trigger, which is all damage and all accuracy up. Bodybuilding to just build straight up health. Axe Rage, which is for blades, axes, and chainsaws, get extra strikes. And Tomahawk. An interesting little melee build that's focused mainly around high risk, high reward, but also throwing weapons everywhere. I could be okay with this potentially. Although really interesting, 4 of these are perk triggers, only 2 of these are passive, which to be fair, building up health with this is really good because that means this is going to trigger at higher health. So hopefully there's less chance of actually dying when you're trying to trigger this. And then Spaceborne Ghost is all about rocking pistols and stealth. And I'm going to run through the storage real quick and just get this set up the same way I had it set up in the last season. So quick look at Saturn. They didn't add any new corporations or anything, by the way. They just moved existing corporations out here. So yeah, we got Ancom, Tianmain. The church actually holds on to, or sorry, Grasshopper holds on to this one. SBN, Sunlight, and Dilthy. Grasshopper has a little bit more. It seems like there's a pretty decent spread as far as who actually has territory out here. Ancom, Front Comp, Church Revelation. Tianmain has quite a bit out here. Unchained Belt as well, makes sense. Realware, Sunlight Coven, SBN, Civil Resistance. One thing I did notice, the Kate still is not accessible, which I believe is on the inner ring. I have a feeling this is either story related and I just haven't unlocked it yet, or they're planning to unlock it way in the future. I honestly have no idea. Being out on Jupiter, which is kind of what I was afraid of, there's pros and cons to that. Look at how difficult these easy missions that I had turned on are. A 3-floor elimination? Yeah, I might... 4-floor missions? I might just need to run to the inner ring, see if there's anything nearby that we can even remotely do. Oh, and speaking of things that we can do, yeah, that travel tree, because you might be thinking, oh, travel, that'll help you get around quickly. That'll be great. No, it's a different kind of travel. Telephatoric engines allows you to navigate the solar system through Brahmaphuturas. Maybe this will let you travel quickly, but it's through an alternate dimension. And this is also going to allow you access to a new type of mission that is endless. However, the game's going to get more difficult as you do it. Obviously, we're not doing this anytime soon. We have to go all the way through the research tree again. So I guess to start off, we're just going to head straight to Geist. Yeah, I maybe shouldn't have done random start location. I'll be honest, in my test playthrough, I started on Mechta, which I was like, oh, that could be fun. I really was not expecting to have to travel a couple months at the start of the game, which, not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, it could be a little bit sketchy if these guys get way too powerful before we can do anything. And looking at the numbers, pretty much everyone is between 10 and 12 on their faction assets, except for Tesklan, who always starts off with 4. So I'm not sure how that's going to change up the dynamic as far as how the game runs to start off. Ooh, Palace picked up a couple missions. 39 days, 38. We could do some Sunlight Coven sabotage against Unchained Belt. Oh, speaking of, we should probably check to see who has missions for us. Right, we were going to consider working for Civil Resistance this run, weren't we? We'll subscribe to you guys. And there was something else I wanted to do, not the robbery for Unchained Belt. I feel like Unchained Belt you can kind of ignore because it feels like you tend to just get their mission over time anyway. But right now it looks like Realware, Tesklan, and Ancom all want the PCPU. I did want to check something because I have heard there is a 4th option, and that might be a little bit different, but I think it might be a good idea as well. Also, yeah, it looks like everything's on the far side, sadly. Could head to Earth. How long would that take? Another 40 days. Let's start off helping out Sunlight Coven. Why not? We did get a couple new things going. Church Revelation, that is a pretty hefty conquest. Filthy has a 3-floor conquest. Let's just stick with some good old sabotage. Of course, now that we have a Spaceborne Ghost, I think early game we're going to send out Nico since he has boosted pistol accuracy. We're going to send him out with some basic medical. I'm going to hold on to my first aid kit for now. We're going to send him out with food, antibiotic. It is so jank having 12 slots. This is going to take some getting used to. I gotta remember I can't run around and just do whatever. It's fine. I'm sure this won't go horribly awry. All right, let's see what the pirates have in store for us. I have a feeling this is going to be a very rude awakening. Also, just to verify, because I didn't spend too much time with this class. Pistols are just better. Each kill of an enemy in the moving state grants XP and chance to not make any sound. Equipment's lightweight, so we should have better dodge. 14, it's okay. Hits and stealth to trigger that. If the enemy does miss, we get AP. And if we can get a kill, we can stun people in an area. Okay. Oh, we don't have our shuttle. Oh, looting's going to be so weird. We could go for a duffel bag right away. I'm not a huge fan of the duffel bag, honestly, because it's very prone to tearing, but we'll see what we come across. Ooh, video game right away for war crime. We apparently only need 2 of these things. You know what? Use it right away. Do not get greedy with holding on to loot. We can stun 4 people at once if we can land a kill. That is pretty solid. And an interesting note that I did see, I'm not entirely sure what it means, but apparently there shouldn't be as much of a bunch of enemies spawning with how the system got reworked, so we'll have to see how that goes. But that could be good for us, although that does mean that enemies are probably going to be better armed, so that could also be very bad for us. Extrembling, but we don't get any bonuses off of it. We'll try and carry that back to the ship. Fried meat, we do have Quasimorphs to contend with. Keep that in mind. Oh yeah, there's also 3 types of dog meat now, so I'm not going to eat the rotten dog flesh, but that is a thing now. I'm guessing the 3 types are going to be fried, regular, and rotten. Oh, we're going to have to build the backstock of rags. We got to do everything. Okay. Hey, buddies. I do want to try and go for the sneaky shot. The problem with that is this guy has 3 AP, which is terrifying. Okay, 2 down, that's fine. Reload. 2 turns, not bad. And look at every piece of armor. Again, we literally can't be picky about anything at this point. It is kind of nice to be back at this terrifying point in the game again. A simpler time. Whoa, okay. All right, 3 AP and sneak is really nice. Go for basic shot there. Get to cover. Oh, if there was anyone over there, they'll be stunned, right? And there's basic dog flesh, which is fullness, but you are still going to get Quasimorphosis, so maybe don't go around eating dog flesh if you don't have to. Ooh, hello, server. AI module. We will need a bunch of these eventually. All right, looks like we are clear over here. Check every corner in walking if you need to back out. Ooh, chemical processor and some slugs, as well as some legit armor. 1 thing of legit armor. Go ahead and eat that. We want the chemical processor for sure. Grab the shoddy, and this is a single load, so we'll just reload 1 at a time as we push forward. Oh, they called it a hot dog. Oh no. 150 Quasimorph, 250 fullness. Still not for me, but that is an option. We need to get water so we can make hydrogels. Go ahead and eat these noodles, drag the slugs down here, and we'll try and get some water out. We try and get some early vodka. That may not be bad. Drop the knife maker for that. We will definitely need to check out the COBRA early game, given it's one of our 2 options, but I think we start with 1 repair kit, so I think we'll be fine. And where is the objective? 1 down southeast. Is that the only one? It is. Okay. Wow, a manipulator right away. I don't think that's a good one. You know, I say that. Throw range on a melee person may not be a bad call. The problem with that, engineer kits very early in the game are a lot sketchier. I'm going to leave that, actually. I was thinking about throwing that on a COBRA right away, but I think we'll hold off. Okay. I can't see that person. Back off. Gonna rip a shot just in case. Okay, they didn't peek yet, and I don't think they heard that. Oh, I think he went over here. I'm gonna shoot over here just in case. Oh, we did get him. Yeah, you beat up that container. I'm gonna rip a sneaky shot at you first. There we go. And you got war crimed. You seem to be pretty tanky. There we go. Now we're doing a little bit better. Shotgun. Yeah, we're dealing with the wrong Quasimorphs, so that's fine. There we go. Ooh, fighter backpack. Huge. Ooh, glory boots. Don't drop them on the ground. Put them on, please. Thank you. We'll grab this brigand as well. Probably grab second backpack. And I'm going to risk a drink here. Okay, looks like we're fine. Lower Quasimorphosis a little bit. Short pipes. I'd rather try and get some rubber. Yeah, drop the short pipes for rubber. Should be okay. I could try and get some 9mm out. Military unit. Sneaky shot, but we do need 19 of the damn things. And a gunsmith kit. One's in slightly worse condition. Okay, eat the noodles right away. We'll grab the military unit. Just go ahead and gunsmith up my pistol, I guess. It doesn't feel like a great use of it, but it's fine. Would I want to try and get gunpowder? Seems a little bit early for that. I drop the rod. I'm gonna hold off on that. We might stop by you on the way back. Prototype blueprint right away too. Gonna drink the vodka. Yep, alcoholism. I was afraid of that. That's fine. A little bit of a timer now, but that's okay. Okay, this was not the right room. That is a little bit unfortunate. Oh, 2 specialist rosters. Game. Okay, we'll tear apart 1 backpack and grab those. Now we need to start sprinting wherever we can because, yeah, this timer is going to be a little bit of a concern. Metal pipe in the tool container. I think we can leave that. Sneak up to the door. Okay, there seems to be no one here. Yeah, accuracy and dodge down. Not my favorite. Slight problem. I'm not sure what the best angle. Maybe over here in the corner and just start ripping shots with the slug. Okay, that worked out. Evacuate immediately. Okay, well, this is why we carried around water. Yep, injury sucks. Mild burn, self-healing. We're dragging water around because we're still extinguished. That's fine. Also interesting. It's saying we're taking damage. This is a mild burn. Yeah, it doesn't say we should be taking damage. Oh, alcohol addiction causes damage eventually. We're healing it off with our self-healing. Yikes. I did not realize that was a thing. At least it's only per turn and not per AP, but that is rough. I do have food if we really need to heal, or at least stave off the addiction. Yeah, there's nothing else here, so unless the game spawns enemies, we should be good. Yeah, we're actually taking damage now, and I have to click individually every single step, so I'm just kind of spamming. There we go. All right, easy peasy, first mission. So Sunlight Coven loves us. We get a little bit of power for them. Unchained Belt's gonna be pissed. I don't really care. And we got 3 knife maker kits for free. A couple antidotes to deal with alcoholism, a couple stacks of buckshot, a first aid kit, and Martian Mech Infantry. Good news, we got a new class. Bad news, I'm pretty sure that's going to be an end game class. That sounds awesome, though. And dump literally everything because sharing is caring right now. Yeah, even dump the fighter. You can keep the armor, though. We'll make the rest work. So Martian Mech, what is that about? Augment resistance penalty, augment resistance bonus. So this would have been a really good one to get where we were in the last run because it's all about augments. Stabilize a robotic. Oh, you can just heal off. This is the opposite of self-healing. Getting hit in a robotic part activates the trigger. Okay. Getting a wound reduces your implant cooldowns. That's fun. Each hit with 12/7 ammo grants XP. Chance of ammo explosion. Okay, this would have been a really good one to get at the end of the last run. But we're definitely going to get somebody on this as soon as it's viable. Killing activates the trigger, which lets you reload quicker. And heavy weapons, which is assault rifles, machine guns, miniguns, grenade launchers, and rocket launchers, which is interesting because the only 12/7 weapons that we had in the last run were an SMG and a marksman rifle. So I guess you can go into this if you don't have 12/7 and just go off of heavy weapons for a while, but I'm guessing there's eventually a way to synergize both of these. Okay, that will be a very fun class. Just, 20 parts from now, if we're lucky. What else is on Palace right now? We've got a 3-floor conquest and a 4-floor. I think we're good on that. So what would actually be the quickest trip? Mars is 2 months. Earth is about 45 days, give or take. Mercury is actually a little bit closer at 41. Yeah, let's head over to Mercury. We did start in September, but yeah, we're almost through the first year already. That's a little bit sketchy. Did the earlier runs all start in January? I could be making that up. I feel like we started at the beginning of the year usually. Oh, I wonder if the random starting location accounts for travel time, so it starts you later. That would be interesting. Could do a Grasshopper Conquest against Ancom. Although while we're at Mercury, SBN, I've heard I can give you the data. We sure can, and we get a duplicate mind chip, and they give us Aurora pattern, which is okay. Pierce, cut, electric, and beam. I usually don't spring for these electromagnetic weapons, but early game, that might not be bad, considering ammo might be a problem. And they also give us a laser handgun. Okay, so far this actually seems like the weakest of all the options. I think I definitely like what the other companies gave us, but I did want to check out what SBN will do, and they might even give us a mission down the line as a result of this. And they do like us more as a result. Right. This is what one of the patch notes was talking about. They did say they updated Tesclan's missions, which earlier he wanted the PCPU, which is always an option, but now he wants us to capture things in Venus. I was planning to do Civil Resistance for a while, but maybe this will turn into a little bit of a Quasimorph run. Also, he's already up at 40. Oh boy. Okay, Tesclan might be a bit of a problem now. We either need to join him or fight him. We'll have to see how that goes. Also, why is this stuff not sorting? Okay, I might have to deal with this a little bit off camera, but it feels like some of my sorting stuff isn't working the way it should be. I have chips and stuff turned on in cargo hold 7, but that's staying here. The valuable stuff isn't moving. But let's go ahead and check out this Grasshopper Conquest. That's a pretty beefy reward, so I think that'll be all right. And since it's what he's actually built for, Enzi Yukio, you're going to be our Cobra. This is going to be very sketchy. I am very concerned about this. Yeah, we want to be throwing our weapons around. He does a bunch of damage. Although, The nice thing about the Aurora, it does offer decent Pierce, and we are going up against Ancom, who does like Pierce. This might be okay. I'm just gonna lie and tell myself that. Nothing but good vibes and good luck, hopefully. You definitely want a Tomahawk. You will need a throwing weapon. This one's unwieldy. Oh, you know what? I don't think I can, because this one actually has a throw range listed. This one doesn't. The knife does too. Okay. So I can't even throw the machete around. It's just kind of a garbage weapon. Got it. In which case, go ahead and bring the claw. I'm going to send you with one first aid kit since we did pick one up. I think that might help offset some of that. And go ahead and grab a little bit of extra food. Oh, you want an antibiotic, right? Okay, now I think we're ready. Oh, this is going to be so jank. All right, Kunai, show me what you got, buddy. You were built for this. All right, 3 targets on the first floor. First target, get to a corner. Okay, let's see. Go to the knife. I saw you over here. Okay, good throw. Don't see anyone around. Go over to the Tomahawk. Gunsmith kit right away. And a Border Mark II. Gonna grab anything that seems halfway decent for the ship, and then we'll move on. I might need to switch over to the shotgun in a pinch, but we'll try and stick with the melee for a little bit. Ooh, weapon case though. See if that has anything a little bit better. An Arc Shock SMG. Early shock weapons could be pretty good for the right company. Medical bed if we need that. Insulating tape. Go ahead and repair up the shock SMG. We are also on a little bit of a timer because of Quasimorph, but with the low body count, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Although if we can't find anyone, that could present its own problems. Right now, I haven't found a single person except for the one we already got. And there's the elevator, along with a Taiga M and a Long Hue. Okay, we're getting all the shotguns, which is good to have a backup. But 1, I don't have Scout of Hades right now. And 2, I really need to kill people. And I haven't found any. Okay, we found people. That's fine. Throw. Are you only burning 1 AP? 3 people. Okay, we can grab the knife from over here, thankfully. Probably go ahead and eat while we're thinking about it. And do I actually need all these? Probably disassemble this shotgun, drag the slugs down to the vest, and go ahead and eat up on some beef and some chicken. Save the last one until we can get full use out of it. Wait. Okay, that was a very lucky miss. Go up to you. Shoot her back there with an eagle. You're gonna burn 2 AP getting to me. Okay, get to cover and go down to stealth and wait. Okay, someone way over there. Knife throw. You're holding. Okay, we got an infection. That's fine. We're gonna rush you. Okay, this should heal off, so I think we're fine. And you're gonna burn 4 AP to get to me. You have to wait a turn. So I think we go 3 away. Okay, slight problem. He just wants to camp. I don't know how much dodge he's gonna have against melee. I think he had like 58%, which is real sketchy. We're gonna need to go for, is this multi-hit or is that cleave? Series of slashes, yeah. Oh, that does actually boost accuracy. Interesting, we just do less damage. Okay, we'll try and sneak up on him. I don't know if he's gonna see me here. This is real risky. Okay, yeah, that wasn't worth. Okay, thankfully you only got 1 attack off, but we did get a fracture, which is real bad. There we go. Okay, we're fine. Fracture, we need a splint for that, and we're still healing because of food. I don't think that was everybody, because that's 1, 2, 3, or are there 2 bodies here? That's either everybody or there's 1 left. I am not entirely sure. Ooh, Jeff Hammer and a Liberator M right away, though. You definitely want the Jeff Hammer. We don't need tin can. I want to carry that ammo out. Arbiter, ooh, wouldn't be terrible at this point in the game. Oh, a rookie vest, which is 1 extra slot. We get a bit of resistance. It's a bit heavier, so it lowers our dodge, but I think that's fine. Yeah, throw that there. Go ahead and eat the chicken. Grab the 797 ammo and go ahead and dump some of the more advanced parts for the armor, I think. That'll work for now. There's our knife, and this guy had... Oh, gunsmith kit, we can stack that. Would like the 42 rounds, and I would really like to get the stick grenade. A little bit of a weird plan, but I think it'll work out. I'm gonna grab the Jeff Hammer. I empty the buckshot out. We load in the slugs, and we grab the stick grenade. And then once that's reloaded, we'll throw the knife back on. Okay, I think we're good to push on, except for the fracture. That's a concern. Go for the other splint. We might need to use some garbage bandages on it, or some plastic rather. There we go, we're good. And only 3 targets here, so... Yeah, they definitely changed the quantities for sure. Research dump disk, we need 13 of the things eventually. Yeah, the fact that if we just lose, we completely get rid of the mission, it makes this so much more high stakes. That's one I'm gonna have to experiment with. I like the idea in theory. In practice, we'll have to figure that out. Okay, empty medical room. I'm gonna actually just empty that barrel because I might need to retreat into here. We have 2 charges on the bed. Someone coming to check things out. Go up to sprinting, wait, and chuck a knife. You ate that like a champion. Well done. Oh, we amputated his thigh, though. Ouch. All right, pull back. Walk up. There we go. And a little bit of a risky peek. It should be fine. And an elite knife. That's actually an upgrade. Thank you. I'm going to actually drop the Pathfinder for the water container. We're severely low on rubber, and we have a little bit of rag. So I think we're fine. Yeah, there's his leg right there. Okay, that's a pretty big problem, actually. Are you gonna have to reload that? No, you have quite a bit. Throw. Turns out he was out of throw range. Fall back. Actually gonna grab the long hew and rip a shot. We can do this, I say all day. We have 7 more shots. Oh, you know what? He actually dropped his weapon. Keep going. Slow push. And blast. Is that other guy melee? Is that why he's not pushing? The Jeff Hammer has slugs, so it does have range. Try that. There we go. All right, mission's technically over if we want it to be. Don't reload that quite yet because, yeah, you're gonna push. I'm gonna go up to sprint, series of slashes. There we go. Also, just realized what's happening with this. So as soon as we inflict an extra wound, we get that extra strike. So we've been doing, even though this says 2, we've been doing 3 attacks per. That is very good synergy. I do like that. Go ahead and grab the knife for throwing. We'll try and dismantle what these guys are carrying unless they have something really good, and then we'll bail. A little bit of extra plastic and rubber. Other than that, we didn't get anything too crazy out of that. There we go. Our first run out with the Cobra. That went pretty well. And Grasshopper gets a new little station. Good for them. Ancom's gonna be pissed. I'm not too worried about that. 4 stacks of 797, a full stack of makeshift grenades, as well as 1 extra. Glory armor, a military unit, and we can make SR-78s right away. I think Grasshopper is quickly becoming the front runner for we're gonna work with these guys. Because yeah, first run was Planet Bridge, then it was Daydream Chems. I love you, Grasshopper, you're great. Go ahead and drop everything off that we're not using, and probably actually drop everything we are using as well, because we do need to share and care for a little bit. We do have a little bit of credit with Grasshopper if we wanted to stick around and see how that goes. Did SBN give us credit? No, they just like us. Fair enough. And as a matter of fact, how about we wrap up today by helping out Grasshopper Tech with another conquest? This is, again, a very early call as far as who we're going to be allying with for the long term. But if we can get them some early territory for free, then that could pay off in the long term. Again, the negative of this is that if we build up relations too high, then we're just kind of tanking everyone else's relations for what's going to be guaranteed 100. So it may not be the best idea, but 1, we're not sure if we're going to do this, and 2, I think Front Cop might have some decent armor. So that could be worth trying to get. I was about to send Kenzie right back out there. The problem with that is I'm pretty sure Front Comp likes their blunt weapons. I know they like slugs early game, and they use a lot of like stun batons and melee weapons. We did get some new armor, so we might want to upgrade some stuff. Oh, we actually need to craft some of the Pathfinder vests. And I think we did use a full stack of splints, so probably get some of that going. There we go. Little bit of orbiting later, and we're good. This is up to 590, so it will be a little bit more difficult, I think. Also, dipshit, he already had a Pathfinder equipped. Good. It's fine. Have a fighter backpack. Yeah, metal helmet for sure is going to be a little bit better than a balaclava. Yeah, I think the Arbiter's a little bit better for this. Definitely better than the pants. And your glory boots are going to be fine. All right, so a little bit of Arbiter and glory. We're going to go with the Galan to save on 42 rounds until we can get a little bit more of that going. I think 1 stack of ammo with scavenging should be fine. And food is starting to get a little bit scarce on the ship. Yeah, we're not going to be making PMC rations anytime soon. Just go ahead and eat 2 of those. That's fine. But hopefully this will get the job done. We're going up against Front Comp, who are not going to like us after this, but I'm not too worried about that. And we have single and burst. You are... Oh, you're actually not a single load. I thought you were. 5 targets to kill, so we'll have at least 10. Could be 11. I don't know if it rounds down or up for that kind of calculation. In any event, it's going to be a lot more than we dealt with last time. All right, first melee contact. A claw, that's fine. Move up here. Get to the far corner. And then double shot. 2-turn reload, not bad. Oh, that was a misclick because why would I ever, you know, click the right thing? That was real greedy, but it paid off. Go ahead and start looting. I'm security pants. I think we can disassemble those. Would like to try and get a stack of rags and plastic out here if we can. Ooh, a gladiator vest. Minus, hold on. Okay, so we lose a little bit of cold resist. Big whoop. I'm at... This is 2-turn reload. This one doesn't give any boosts to that. I assume it's just gonna knock it down to 1, but that would be hilarious. And peek. There we go. Okay, so you are... There is a minimum 1-turn reload. You can't just reload for free. That would have been hilarious. Start grabbing all the 9mm for this mission. And keep dismantling. It feels so weird to field dismantle again after having the disassembler. I'm gonna miss that thing. And what's worse is I'm gonna want to hold on to stuff because I'm like, oh, I know eventually this is gonna be really good. And then I'm just not gonna disassemble things that I actively need to disassemble. It's gonna be great. Okay, that was a door opening. I think over here it might be this door. I can't see it, so I can't know for sure. Hey, guess what? We have our answer. A little bit of plastic in the trash. 42 and 42 rubbers as well. I think we can probably try and get some gunpowder out so we can start manufacturing. 9mm we should be able to get throughout the mission. 42 I would like to hold on to. And this might be real greedy, but I have been finding quite a bit of this early and we never got a chance to use it in the last run. I'm gonna try and get the 42 rubbers out. Wait, there we go. Double tap seems to work pretty good there. There's one more up here that's probably going to be coming down. I want to check this room out real quick, though. Okay, there he is. Yeah, double shot. There we go. 1-turn reload is real fun. Ooh. Okay, hold on. And that is, I think, a turn. So we actually get some good use out of this right now. Wait. And shoot. Oh, you're scared. Feels a little bit bad killing a man surrendering, but not bad enough to not do it. We could just max out war crime right away. Ooh, a fighter backpack as well. Drop the long blade for that. Do I just want to max that out? I feel like this has gotten reduced over time. I feel like you used to only need about 9 of these. Now we only need 2. Yeah, use it. Why not? War crime's level 4. Woohoo! I'm actually gonna go ahead and disassemble the vest so that I can get 2 stacks of rags out because long term that'll pay off for a lot more. And it probably wouldn't hurt to try and get the armor plates built up early on. The tin cans I would like to keep for grenades, but in the last run I don't think I even got a single explosive that I could make, so I'm not too worried about it. Which means I'm gonna get like 20 of the things here in like 10 seconds. Everything in inventory is looking fine. Are we good to move on? We are. If I can find the elevator. Okay, looks like someone is waiting for us over here. That's okay. Dismantle buckshot because we can make it. All right, this guy's just gonna sit on the other side of this door no matter what I do, so we just gotta hope for the best here. Yeah, that was fine. Oh, he just went off with the Hydra. Okay. Yeah, screw you, dick. And now we have a fracture to contend with. Oh boy. Okay. You should be stunned for... Wow, this goes up to 5. 1 turn stun duration, that counts this turn, I believe. So next turn you should be fine. Go up to walking and then shoot. There we go. Reload. And now deal with the fracture, which is the arm, or shoulder rather, the other arm. I would like to try and collect these. Yeah, actually... Can we make 42 off the rip? We might be able to make 42 rounds. I can't remember if you can make those right away. I'm going to dismantle that because we definitely need the management units. And a stun grenade, of course. This is fully loaded. We'll dismantle a couple slugs for that. And we can make 797, which that is insane that we got that in the first part. That is huge. Which probably means I'm not going to get any class chips that need it. Is this fracture going to heal? Yes, we just have the contusion. Excellent. And that healed off right away. Oh, library. And there's a guy taking a shit in the bathroom. Okay, hold on. We go... Hey, dude. How's it hanging? Not well. Ledger. We do need ledgers. Okay, sorry, rubber rounds. It's not happening. There's too many more tempting things. including cigarettes and prototypes, which I would like to get both of. Okay, ledger and more prototypes. So I was gonna say, oh, we'll see if we get more. We got more. Eat 1 can of food. We're fine. We have a container of water on the ship, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and drop those ones. Hold off on the cigarettes for the moment. Okay, I want to grab the memory record. Counterpoint: 1, we definitely need to get other stuff out. 2, this works for assault reflex and agent training, so of course we're gonna actually use that, which feels a little bit greedy, but I think it's gonna pay off. I would like to get these cigarettes. I don't think I can justify it though, because we need to build the back stock of 1 stack of rags is acceptable. We're not doing that much crafting yet. We're trying to live off the land for now, so I think we're fine. And long term, those cigarettes are going to be very important to get a back stock of. Okay, 2nd floor, here we go. Probably should have reloaded before I went up. It's fine. It's why we have the gladiator. And also what I wanted to check, war crime is, yeah, 1 kill stuns 5 enemies. That is really good. Agent training is our pistol, so now that has an extra 25 accuracy and 2 range. Okay, that's pretty damn solid for the early game, and there's eventually some really good pistols, so we'll have to keep an eye out for some of that. Assault training is 12 turn cooldown, only costs 50 hunger, which isn't that bad, and we still get the extra 2 AP. Okay, so I think this one, you're not really boosting the perk itself, you're just minimizing the downsides as far as hunger and cooldown. Still not awful. Still not awful in the slightest. And we have 6 targets up here, so a little bit more than last time, but that's fine. Buckshot, jeans. Okay, nothing crazy on the ground yet. Don't like this hallway. Actually gonna back off this way real quick, see if there's anything else. Nope, we're stuck over here. Although, vending machine, I'll take the free food, why not? And there's a bunch of water over here if we end up freeing up a slot before the end of the mission somehow. Ooh, just heard a door open. That sounded like it was down south. Peeking, walking. It was up here. Back off. I don't have an angle there. Okay. 1 shot at you. Actually took his running offline. That's a good start. Back off. Keep taking pot shots and then go up to double for the finish. There we go. Reload, go down to walking to boost our crit chance. Okay, our door closed, we're fine. Start sneaking up a little bit. Okay, Hydra, and you have a Liberator. Okay, this is real sketchy. I need to get to cover, and I need to shoot you. We'll go up to you and blast with a shotgun. Why did I do that? It's fine. It worked out. Okay, double shot. Go. We'll eat 1 shot. I'm fine with that. It's gonna heal off. Reload. Okay, I think we're fine for the moment. Condition is low, but manageable. Oh, Quasimorphosis kicked in. Okay. Okay, that's a melee guy. I'm gonna get a little bit greedy here. I want to at least try and get a stack of plastic out of these guys. Ooh. You have a Jeff Hammer, you have a Starlock, and a Hobo, which would be nice, honestly, at this point. No, we're leaving. We're leaving. We are definitely leaving. We are absolutely 1000% leaving, actually. I want none of that smoke. Okay, I'm fine with that. I would have loved to get a full stack of plastic out of that, but I am fine just with a success. We'll take a dub. They are the gift that keeps on giving. Now they've given us a sniper rifle, which sucks it's the same ammo type. Hey, you know what? Now we have a basic assault rifle and we have sniper rifles if we want them, along with some luxury lunches, even more makeshift explosives, more 797, and technically, if we really want to, those implants for the mech class, we won't be using them, but they can use assault rifles. And we're starting to get a surplus of 797. I think we got 10 credits out of that. I guess the good news is that they're actually giving us decent rewards. The bad news is we can't buy anything. However, in the early game, I'm honestly not that worried about interacting with the market, as long as we're getting good rewards out of it, which we definitely are. And I did want to verify. Okay, 42 is on the list right away. So yeah, we've got 9mm, we've got shotgun ammo, we've got 42s, and we've got 797, which for a first part, is pretty damn solid. Okay, we do need some short pipe as it turns out, and we do need to find a lens. So we probably won't be making this anytime soon because I think lenses tend to be part of energy weapons as well as scoped weapons. So we'll probably end up scavenging one of these before we can make it, but You know what? I'd rather have it and not need it. But I think that's what we'll go ahead and call it apart for the first part of season 2 of Quasimorph. Yeah, this will be a little bit of an interesting one, I think. I'm not entirely sure how much the new planet's gonna actually add over on Saturn and its moons. Yeah, 191 days to get out there. I think we're eventually gonna get to a point where we're probably there in the last run at the end of season 1 where we can afford to spend the time traveling and just kind of let the system run. I think it's going to be a little while before we're there, so I think we're going to probably end up doing a very similar plan to the last run. Stick around the inner 4 planets. That's a pretty good early game strat. It tends to pay off because you have a lot of options, the travel time's not too bad, and next time we're probably just going to keep running around and doing whatever missions strike our fancy. We really don't need to commit to anything at this point because we are early game. I would like to try and get Civil Resistance on side. In fact, I specifically avoided some missions against them that we could have done so I can try and build this up, because other than Unchained Belt and Civil Resistance, Esclan does want us to help them control Venus, which I'm not a huge fan of. They might just do that themselves, because I think they're going to get a little bit more hungry with the new updates. And other than that, everyone else is just kind of doing their thing. So next time, I think we're going to continue trying to build the early cast. I'm liking Nico as Spaceborne Ghost, Enzi as a Cobra. It went pretty well, actually. It went exceptionally well. Granted, it is early game, so now is like the time where we can use him and build him up. And hopefully next time I can possibly get the Martian mech infantry going. Again, we're literally going to be getting 2 perks out of it, Heavy Weapon and Terminator. Everything else is just way farther in the game, but we'll see what happens. So hopefully you're looking forward to it. Until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.